Good morning, my friends. How are you today? I hope you're all having a good morning so far. You've stretched, you've walked around your home maybe, and maybe washed your face already and brushed your teeth, said good morning to your family, and maybe washed your hands if you had sticky waffles this morning, or if you had some cereal and had milk on your face, you washed that off, and you're ready for today's lesson. So welcome, nice to see you. And let's start by showing each other our hearts. There's our heart. Hello, my friends. And showing each other our rainbows to all of our friends that are here in our hearts and that we're all connected in our lessons and in learning. So hello. Okay. And let's start by looking at the calendar. So yesterday was Wednesday, April 8th. And today is which day then? So yesterday was Wednesday, April 8th, and today then is, what day is it? Yeah, I hope you said Thursday, April 9th. And what is our year? What year is it? Yeah, 2020. So today is Thursday, April 9th, 2020. And oh my goodness, this calendar is still not colored. Oh my. Hoping I can remember one of these days. Oh well, I hope yours is beautiful, and maybe you're checking off each day as you do it, or maybe you are coloring each square. Who knows? I hope it's looking beautiful and you're liking keeping track of our days. And the weather today here is super sunny. There's no clouds in the sky. So on my book I wrote that April 9th is so sunny, and it's still a little cool, but that's okay. There's no real wind. And then I went and got my jar this morning, and I hope you're enjoying checking your jar, and there wasn't even anything in it. There was maybe one pine needle, but that's not water. And this jar is to keep track of the water we're finding or what rainfall happens. So again, because there's nothing in it today, just like yesterday. Yesterday there was one little drop. Today there was barely anything at all. You're going to put a what in your weather book? Yeah, a t. You're going to write t into your weather book, and that's going to signify that there was just trace amounts. Okay, so that's great, and I hope you're having fun keeping track of that. And even, if you're doing your weather book on the weekend, you can still keep track of the rainfall on the weekend days, and just check your jar at the same time every day. That's sort of like the trick, okay? Same time. And I know you all know, but what season are we in? Yeah, you got it. We are in the season of spring, and lots of beautiful spring weather happening. Not that much rain this week, but maybe more is coming. Who knows? All right, so we have our bird books, we've done the parts of the book, and we've done our bird books, we've done the parts of the bird, and I hope you're finding some cool birds to keep track of. Maybe you've already done a few pages, maybe you're still just on one page, maybe you haven't started yet. That's fine, whatever you want to do. And yesterday we talked about some of the attributes and characteristics of the species of the bird. And so today I wanted to show you something very special to me. This is my loon, and this was my favorite stuffy as a child. Yeah, this is the one I would cuddle with on my nap and when I went to sleep at night, and I named her Larissa the loon. So here she is, and yesterday we talked about those 4 attributes of birds that classify them as the species of birds. So who can tell me one? So who can remember one of the 4? Okay, shout it out right now. Yeah, okay. So if you guys said that all birds have feathers, that is one of them. So here she doesn't have real feathers, but kind of like the feather pattern that she would have if she was a real loon. And this is pretty much a life-size size of a loon. Yeah, so feathers. So all birds have feathers, no matter what kind of bird they are. What's another one? Did you say they all come from eggs? If so, you're right. They all come from eggs. So they all hatch out of eggs, and the eggs all look different. They're all different sizes, all different types of nests, but they all come from an egg. And another attribute is, yeah, they all have beaks, okay? So she has her beak, and loons have that beak so that when they're diving down, they can grab, fish and whatever else they want to eat. So that's her beak or her bill. And the last ones, we did feathers, we did eggs, we did beak, and the last one would be what? Did you say? Yeah, wings. So her wings are here, and they're kind of sewn in, so it's hard to see. But yeah, she has wings. And basically, like I mentioned yesterday, is that the loons kind of use their wings to propel themselves downwards in order to, go underwater further distances and either collect food or swim. And loons are really neat because what we know about loons is that one pair of loons, so a male and a female, usually inhabit just one lake. So usually there isn't more than one loon family on a lake. They're very territorial. And that's why a lot of the times you can hear loons calling to each other. So in summer, in the evenings, you might hear a loon call, or early in the mornings, they're calling to each other because they'll swim really far apart, and then they'll call, let each other know what they're seeing, if there's danger, if they want the other one to come there, and they can hold their breath underwater for almost 15 minutes, which is amazing, and swim really far. They also tend to have their nests on little islands, or if there's an island on your lake, they'll tend to build their nest around there because there's less predators, and so that's a better place for them to have their eggs safe. And last year on our lake, our loon couple had babies, and that was so special because they hadn't had some for a long time. So that means that they were healthy and they were happy, and they were able to have some babies, and we had these little gray fluffy ones swimming around, which was really neat to see. So we'll see what happens this year. I can't wait to welcome them back. And tomorrow I might try to play for you the loon call so you can hear it a little bit. But yeah, there's lots of variations, and I obviously love loons because that was my favorite stuffy as a child. All right, so today we have a fun activity with some of the city birds, backyard birds, Canadian birds, and I sent it to you so you can print it. And if you don't have a printer, that's fine. You can just look at the birds, and maybe you could draw them out and make them into these little finger puppets. So the idea is that they become little finger puppets, and you could even make, this is supposed to be like a little nest for them, but you could make like a nest with some grass for them, or you could make a little tree made out of Play-Doh and they could play in there. And it's really just an activity so you can play with it and explore with birds. And I thought today we would look at each one and match it to its egg that they gave us, and I'll just show you the print out. So that's what it looks like too. If you want to color your own, you can, or if you want to draw your own, draw the eggs. Okay, cool. All right, so let's start. So this one here is the wood pigeon. Hello, so cute. And the wood pigeon's egg is here that they show us in that activity. So it's kind of like a whitish egg. It's rather large, okay? And in the activity, they say that the owl's egg is the same. So I'm gonna put the wood pigeon in the nest, and I'm gonna take out the owl. And the owl's egg is also sort of the same size, same color as the pigeon. So the wood pigeon you might see in the city. As we know, we see pigeons in cities. They like to eat our scraps. They, like bread, things they find on the street. And owls are really great hunters. They tend to eat small squirrels and chipmunks and mice and sit up high in the trees. And they tend to come out, they're nocturnal, and they come out at dusk and dark. So that's the owl. And then we have the blackbird, and there's the blackbird, hello. And the blackbird eggs are blue with speckles. So this is this guy. Yeah, blue with speckles. And then we can look at, see them a little bit, the robin. So robins are really a spring bird, and lots of times you see them hopping on the ground looking for worms to bring back to their nests. And this is the robin's egg, which is really quite blue, like a turquoise blue. And you probably won't see a robin's egg like in its nest because they build their nests fairly high or sometimes deep in shrubbery or bushes. But you might find, after they've hatched, you might find the shells of the robin eggs, blue shells, so that's pretty cool to see. And then we have the blue tits, there it is, blue tit bird, and its egg is, here it is, a light blue and speckled. Okay, so blue tit, and there we go. And you might see that bird around. And I thought it would be fun. So at home you could, match them and do things with their eggs. They obviously wouldn't share a nest together, but I thought we could do our little finger poem with all of our birds. There we go. Here they all are. And that poem went like, call it, yeah, okay. So 5 little birds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without any home. 5 little trees in a row. Come build your nest in our branches tall. We'll rock you to and fro. There we go. That's kind of fun. And then the other one we could do with our bird puppets, with the robin, is we can do I saw a little bird go hop, hop, hop. I said to the bird, stop, stop, stop. I went to the bird and said, how do you do? Wiggle, 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 away it flew. There. So that's some fun rhymes we can do with birds, some little poems and finger games. So you can do more at home. I hope you have fun playing with these and exploring with the eggs and the nest, all that fun stuff. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our language lesson. And I know you're doing French with Madame Debbie. So I think she will be doing vocabulary and stuff with you. I think the one thing that we can continue to say how we're feeling. So I will tap that out right now and you can say, and then we'll move on to our language lesson in English. Okay. So in French, we'll go, aujourd'hui, ça va. Okay, so I hope you were able to tell me how you're feeling today and you shouted it out and said it out loud, and you can always practice and do your own hand movements. Awesome. All right. So for our language today, we are going to look at the adjective and the noun together. So yesterday we did the fun adjective game where we used our describing words to tell us how the donkey was doing, and we put all of the adjectives around him. So I hope you had fun practicing at home. And today we're going to basically sort our adjectives and our nouns and put them out. So I hope you can see okay. So the adjective is represented in Montessori by a small blue triangle. Okay, so, and then we found out the other day that when we did the verb and the noun, that the noun is shown by a black triangle. So the noun is what? It's a person, a place, or a thing. And the adjective is a word to describe the person, the place, or the thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our cards, and I've sent these to you, and you can do whatever variation. So if you want to do 5 of them, if you want to do lots of them, it's totally up to you how many you want to do. So I'm going to put them here. I hope you can see. Okay, and then my adjectives are in blue for me, and my nouns are in black. So I'm just going to sort them quickly. Okay, and then how we play this game, this is called the logical adjective game, is that we're going to put all of our nouns down in front of us. So we're actually going to put them in a row, and you can read them as you put them, or you can just place them. I can fit that one. Yeah, I'm going to put a couple to the side. I guess I'll just make 2 rows. That'll make it a little bit easier. Okay, so those are our nouns. And then we have our adjectives. That's not going to work. I need them in a row. So you know what? I'm just going to take one away. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read our adjectives, and we're going to see which noun it should go with, okay? Because not everything will make sense. So if I put, what's this word say? Smart in front of the word cactus, smart cactus, Not really, okay? Because a cactus is just kind of a cactus. So there's probably another adjective that better describes the cactus than smart. Okay, so let's read our nouns and then we'll go through and we'll see which makes sense for our adjectives to go in front. Okay, and the adjectives always are going to go in front of the noun because they're telling us more about the noun. They're describing the noun, so they have to go before. Okay, so I have smart cactus. No. Smart teacher. I think that probably makes sense. Let's make sure. Smart sun. Smart face. Face is not really doing the thinking. It's the brain doing the thinking, so I don't know. Smart ice. Can an ice be smart? No. Smart puppy. Okay, yeah, a puppy can be smart, but I think probably the one that makes the most sense right now is smart teacher. So I'm going to put smart in front of teacher. Okay, let's do the next one. This one says prickly. So prickly puppy. No, puppies are usually pretty soft. Prickly ice. Probably not. Prickly face. Maybe if they haven't shaved, it's a little prickly. But, I don't know. Prickly sun? No. Prickly cactus. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because a cactus is a cactus, and then this adjective is telling me that it's a prickly cactus. So I know a little bit more about that now. So now I know it's a prickly cactus. Great. Okay. What's this one say? Cuddly. Awesome. Cuddly sun? I think that sun would burn you. Cuddly face? Cuddly ice? That ice would melt. Cuddly puppy. Yeah, I could cuddle a puppy all day long. Cuddly puppy. Okay, here's another one. This one says melted. Right. Melted sun? Ooh, no. Opposite. The sun is doing the melting. Melted face? I hope not. Melted ice? Yeah, melted ice. Very cool. That's totally what happens to ice when we leave it out. It melts. Okay, this one says freckled. Freckled sun? I don't think the sun could give freckles. The sun maybe gives freckles, but freckled sun, no. Freckled face? Yeah, that makes sense. Freckled face. A face can have freckles. That explains more to me about that face I'm looking at, that it has freckles on it. And last one is rising. And so we have one space, so we know it's rising sun. So there, we've put the adjectives in front of the nouns, and we've made sure they made sense. And I think that's a great activity. I've sent it to you, so there's lots of options, and just look at it beforehand, maybe the grown-ups, and make sure that the ones that you're putting make sense together, but they all go in order, so it should work well. Okay, so have fun practicing that. And just gonna look quickly at our math. I know we're still working on our multiplication charts. So yesterday we did some questions together, which was awesome, and I sent you some questions home for you to work over the next couple of days. If you want more questions, then just send me an email and I can give you more questions, but I really would love for you to work on, first of all, taking the tiles and cutting them out and gluing them into your multiplication chart on top of all the numbers you wrote, and then also writing out all of the equations. So then you'll have a multiplication chart that you put all the tiles on, which is awesome. Then you'll also have a paper where you've written all of your multiplication tables on. Sorry, here's mine, where I've written all my multiplication tables on and what they equal. And then also you've done some multiplication questions, okay? So just to remember, I know you guys are all practicing and hopefully you've got the hang of how the charts work, but just to remember, if I was doing a question 5 multiplied by 5, my top finger would find the 5, the first 5 I see. My side finger would find the second 5 I see. And then I would drag my top finger down to where my side finger is and then bring my side finger across. And 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. That's right. My finger landed on 25. So that's how I know what it is. All right. So I hope you're having fun practicing and there's lots of questions to do. And then next week we'll do some other things with multiplication and keep moving forward. All right, so awesome work. I'm proud of you all. I can't wait to see all the great math you're doing. And today's practical life activity is really fun, and because I've been asking you so much about, finding birds and recording birds, and here's my Canadian backyard bird towel again. I thought it would be fun if we made little bird feeders for our birds, just simple ones with stuff that you probably have at home. And yeah, so here we go. All right. Okay, so for this activity, you just need a couple things. So I have my scissors and my string, because I'm going to cut a piece of string, and then I have a skewer. Okay, so I'll put some over here. So a skewer is like this. Usually we use them for barbecuing. They have those sharp ends, so just be careful. Also, if grown-ups you want to leave my friends do this on their own, you could just cut off the sharp part if you're worried about it, because this still will go through fruit and Cheerios really easily. So I chose some fruit that I had. And even you could use, fruit that's going bad, or some leftover, like the apple core, pieces like that, pieces that you wouldn't normally eat. And I also had some Cheerios at home, so I used Cheerios, but you can use anything else that you think the birds might like to eat and just stick it on the skewer. So basically you're just going to take the thing and skewer it on. I have a strawberry here that was not looking very yummy, so I thought maybe the birds would like that. Put some Cheerios on, like this. And really, if you don't have Cheerios, I think a fruit stick is just as good. You can make one for you too and eat it. There you go. Okay, so you're just sticking it on as much as you want. There, like that. Okay, so you can fill up your whole stick. And what's so great about these types of bird feeders is that then the bird can kind of perch on it and peck away at it and get what it wants from it, and then that gives you more time to sort of look at the bird and maybe draw a picture of it or take a picture of it and write some of the interesting information you find on it. Okay, so once you've got all your fruit on, you're going to cut yourself a piece of string, and then you're going to tie some knots. So I'd love for my friends to tie the knots. So you're just going to tie one big knot here on the end of the skewer like this, and another knot on this end of the skewer like this. There. And then you sort of have this like hanging perch, bird perch, which is also nice, with some food on for the birds. And maybe your squirrels will eat it too, and that's fine. And then here's another one I did earlier. So Salone and I are going to go put these on our trees or our branches or our balcony, and hopefully you'll get some birds come visit you, and you can look at them and record stuff about them, and that was a fun activity. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy doing that. I can't wait to hear about some of the stuff you get to see. And we'll say goodbye now. We'll say goodbye to all my friends with the rainbow. Bye. And I'll say goodbye to all my friends with the heart. Bye. And we'll see you tomorrow for another fun lesson. We'll do some stories tomorrow, and it'll be kind of for the whole class. So there'll be some circle stuff and some bunny stuff. And yeah, okay, have a good afternoon. I love you. Bye.